Hello and welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be working on the highway from Born in the USA. So I'm going to play through the song now and come back and go through all the individual parts. See you in a bit. Hello and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we're going to do is go through all the individual parts. So it's quite a fast one, this one, at 187 BPM. It's in key of C major, and we'll go through the electric parts today. So again, there's definitely two guitars at least on the record. So the acoustic part, which I've tabbed out, is available on the website jsmusicschool.co.uk in the shop there, or you can get it via Subscribestar via codes that are sent out to your email address every month on the 7th. So we're going to go through the awesome sort of electric parts first. Let's take a look at the chords first. So what we've got in the intro is actually quite an interesting diminished power chord, but it's very subtle. So you don't want to be going, it's really subtle, a little bit palm muted. Yeah, it's definitely there. So the C5 diminished power chord, or C5 flat 5 as it's sometimes called. First finger 3rd fret A string, middle finger 4th fret D string. Okay, so it's just those two strings, so you want to work at using your fingers to block out the other strings. And then it's going between that and then add your little finger or your 3rd finger to do a C5 power chord. Really subtle, really palm muted, and basically the other thing about this song is it's got this sort of slight shuffle all the way through. So it's actually quite a fiddly song to strum. So again, if you get the tabs for this, it won't sound exactly like I've played it on the record, because it's quite hard to, on Guitar Pro, to get, which is the program I use to get that real authentic shuffle sound. But in the walkthrough, you can see what I mean. So instead of going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you're going that kind of vibe. Okay, so it's a little bit fiddly, but it sounds awesome. So stick with it. So you've got C5, flat 5, and then C5 power chord. The cool little drum beat that Max is doing really does help playing along with it. That really helps the timing there. So C5, flat 5, and then C5, then and bring that over to the next set of strings. Do G5, first finger, 3rd fret E, little finger, or 3rd finger, 5th fret A. Okay, you've also got F5, I think, in the verses as well, 1st finger, so 1 and 3 on the 1st finger, 1st fret, low E string, and 3rd finger, 3rd fret A. Okay, and then we've also got, I think, in the chorus sections, an F over C. So again, with this song, I don't know what's going on there, F over C. So the other guitar, the acoustic, so I think you've got 2 or 3 locking guitars. Again, it might be a few overdubs and things like that, so it might even be a 3rd guitar, and it's all layered together, as well as the synth and the really cool bass line that really grooves and pushes gives you that energy. So you've got an F over C here, barring the 1st fret on the B and the E strings, the middle finger, 2nd fret G, 3rd finger, 3rd fret A, little finger, 2nd fret, 3rd fret D. So that's an F over C, but in the song structure, which I'll put up on the screen now, just refer to it as F. So don't forget any chords in brackets in the song structure. It means there's more than one chord in that bar. It just helps you to strip everything down and learn it off by heart. All the song structures will be in the description of YouTube videos, so you can copy and paste it to a Word file and really work it out off by heart. Okay, so that's your F over C. Then we've got a normal G chord. I'm playing this middle finger, 2nd fret A, 3rd finger, 3rd fret low E, then little finger, 3rd fret high E. Okay, and then that's your normal G chord. You could play it with your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd if you prefer. Then you've got C major, 3rd finger, 3rd fret A, middle finger, 2nd fret D, 1st finger, 1st fret B, and then an A minor in the middle 8 as well, middle finger, 2nd fret D, 3rd finger, 2nd fret G, 1st finger, 1st fret B, strum from the A string. So again, the other part, the acoustic is definitely there. So yeah, feel free to check it out with the tabs. But this part's pretty awesome as well. So what it's going to do, in the first 4 bars, you've got this, again, remember the shuffle, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So basically you're going to do down, up, down on the C5 diminished, and then up, down, up on the C5. And you do that for 4 bars. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Again, a little bit of shuffle. If it was straight, it would go. See what I mean? So you've got that shuffle. Again, listening to the walkthrough and that kind of that shuffle groove that Max is doing sounds fantastic. So 4 bars of that. Cool, so the first verse is slightly different to the other verses. It's just the guitar kind of on its own. And what you're doing, it's a whole bar of C5. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and half a bar of G5, 1 and 2 and then half a bar of C5. And then you got that cool little riff, which I think is here. Okay, challenge here, even though it's on 2 strings, is what you're not playing, okay? And rhythm-wise, you're gonna go up, down, down. And you missed the first half of the beat, so it's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So you've got 10 with a little finger on the B string, 3rd finger, 10th fret G. The reason I play it with those fingers is you can see my 1st and 2nd fingers kind of blocking. So even if I strum all 6 strings, there's only 2 strings ringing, okay? So you're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3, and then middle finger, 9th fret G, 1st finger, 8th fret B string. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Again, that's actually quite a lot more challenging than it looks, okay? And these are basically part of an F chord. and then a C chord, okay? So that's why I put that in the song structure. If you look at the verse there, we've got C5, G5, split bar C5, and then F over C. So F, then C, and then F at C. In the first verse, you pretty much do that 4 times. Quite subtle, very palm muted for those strumming bits there. It's really, bit of reverb as well there. It's really low down in the mix. It's all about him, his vocals, and that kind of riff that are really cutting through. Cool, so that's your first verse, and then basically from now what we're going to do, the second verse, first chorus and first break are going to be repeated twice. So the third verse, same as second chorus, same as the first, second break, same as the first break, okay? And basically you've got a slightly different pattern now. This is where the second verse is where the bass and the acoustic guitar comes in, okay? So it's the first verse, it's just Bruce, intro and first verse, just Bruce and the drums. So the second verse, you're going to do C5, F5, same rhythm as before. I'm not even sure if that F5 is in there, because it's quite, you might even stop playing there, but it sounds pretty cool. So, it's more the bass that's cutting through there. So C5, F5, and then the riff. And then basically you're doing what you did before, C5, G5. Okay, and then you repeat the first line again. And then you do the first half of the second line, okay? So, need a better life, and then you go into the chorus. So yeah, look at the song structure, and that will help you break everything down, okay? Cool, so now we're going to the first chorus. So the first chorus, we've got F over C, and this is again this shuffle rhythm. You don't want to go like that, you want to go, and it's pretty much a little bit of an accent on 2 and 4, like that. And then what you're going to do is now 3 beats of G, and then C down up on the 4 ands. So it's a 2-bar riff in the first chorus and the second chorus. It's done 4 times. So it's 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, like that. So down, up, 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 down, up. You do that 4 times. 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. And that shuffle is a lot more challenging than it seems. Yeah, if that was straight, it would go. And the whole feel of this song is that really shuffle kind of bluesy kind of type group. So that's the first chorus. It's worth mentioning in the third chorus, that's just done 8 times, that 2-bar riff, instead of 4 times, okay? So that's all the chorus is done. So, and then you got the breaks. So the breaks are this kind of 4-bar riff, okay? First break, same as the second break. So what you're gonna do here, the first strum is almost like a dead note. Okay, so muting the strings with a downstroke, 1, and then, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So you're gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up, and then C for 4, and. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and do that again for 3 bars. And 2 and 3 and 4, again with that shuffle feel, and then you're going to go 1 and 2 and then I think it's something like this, down, down, up with a C, bar 4. So those 4 bars that are done twice in the first and the second breaks go like this: 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Do that one more time: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Very simple chords, but the rhythm is, you know, more complex than you might have thought. Cool, so yeah, then the third verse, same as the second chorus, same as the first, second break, same as the first break. Cool, the middle 8, you've got a slightly different chord progression here. Again, that kind of constant rhythm going on, that kind of shuffle rhythm, slight shuffle, and ideally accent on the 2 and 4. So what I mean by that is 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. 1 and 2. So A minor, C, A minor to C, A minor to C, so it's 3 times, A minor to C, F, then G, 2, 3, 4. Cool, so that's the middle 8 section. So the fourth verse is basically the second and third verses, the first 2 lines of those doubled, okay? So it's not cut short like the second and third verses. So I'll show you what I mean. So you've got those 2 main lines of the verses that we've had before, which is your, you know, the... So you do that and do those 2 lines twice. Okay, and obviously you just remember the second and third verses you kind of cut short a little bit. Okay, so it's slightly shorter in the second and the third verses. Cool, so then you've got a slightly extended verse, but I've separated it out into basically the 5th verse. And basically what you've got is that normal first line of the verses. And then, which is basically that stop bar. You're going to do C5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go into the third chorus. So it's just a nice little rhythmic stop then. I know he does it live, he does it slightly, he does some stops, he does some extra things that are not on the record. I wanted to get, and in fact, he plays it completely different live. I've done another version of this, an acoustic version, which is more like what he plays. I think he plays an open tuning like I've done in one of my other videos, I think the Amnesty International show acoustic. So yeah, live this is completely different than on the record, but it's definitely, I think this is roughly what's going on here. So yeah, so the third chorus is just double length of first and second, and then the outro, you're basically just doing the chords that you were doing in the break, but doing it 4 times, and then the last round is to stop the song. It's slightly different. So you've got that we had before, 2, 3, last one, and then 1 and 2 and 3, like that. So first one, dead note. You can play the chord if you want. I think it just brings out the rhythm a little bit more. 1 and 2 and 3. So down, up on the G, and then C, and then stop. Cool, so that's all the parts for the first guitar. Again, if you want to get the tab for the other guitar parts, which is on Capo 5. Again, quite a bit different this album version from the original, from live version. The live version is he plays it completely differently in terms of he's spreading all the parts around, and I think he plays with the open tuning, like that Amnesty International video that I've done as well. But yeah, any questions about Subscribestar? Again, Subscribestar, you get extra guitar solo tutorials. There's about 40 on there as of writing this video. And if you get any of the tabs, if you're not bothered about Subscribestar, just want the tabs, direct download to your computer, either in Guitar Pro format, which is a great program, relatively inexpensive. You can play back and loop it, or you can just get it in PDF format. So again, any tabs, you'll get both parts, electric and acoustic. So thanks again as always. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you've enjoyed it, any comments, let me know in the below. Hope you're all getting your tickets for the upcoming tour. It's going to be awesome. Please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribestar page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.